welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
All right, hello and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. It is Wednesday, and Kev is back on weed. Yeah. Let me know when you want to jam.
I'm surrounded by dirty hippies.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. I went back to the edibles a couple nights ago. I have not been sleeping great, and it does. I got to get on a balance. I think I might jump all the way in and just see how far this thing goes. Now,
all right.
The big barrier for me is that, my wife has these weird freaking hang-ups. We'll wind up spending a ton of money on something that's completely stupid. But then you get something like this medical marijuana card, and she's, what is it, like $300, I think, to get in? Something like that?
It's worth every penny to get your...
I know. She, for whatever reason, this $300 might as well be $3 million because she acts like it is just... She can't even understand why this would happen. And it's just, I get so much brushback on this.
But she got on Gucci shoes.
Right. Yes. Yeah, it's just madness dealing with this woman half the time. And this is another one of those things like, what? Okay, so...
But my boy's struggling, though.
I
but
know.
those shoes look really good, I gotta admit.
Yeah, so it's kind of kept me out of the game because I just didn't want the hassle. I'm like, all right, I'm able to get some edibles here and there, and I have what I need. But I feel
you
like...
gotta go get them from a friend.
I do. I have to do the old school way. It's freaking ridiculous because it's just... Yeah, it's just such a fight and a to-do that it's like, all right, I don't need any more, no.
Not that he knows a couple of guys that can help him out.
He knows a guy or two.
Yeah, it's just insane. I don't know. I guess she just thinks that, weed should just be easy to get. I'm like, I don't know where you're coming from in all this. To me, I am very nervous about taking anything from somebody I don't know. The way they put who knows what in anything you get. I want to pay to have the peace of mind.
You have a legitimate reason to get your weed card for insomnia and not sleeping.
Right.
It's not. You can afford it. I know you can. I don't get it.
It's just what it is. It's dealing with my wife. It's different levels. Okay, are you willing to try to jump over the hurdle? And so sometimes, when I'm like, okay, I'm getting an odd brushback, and there are things that happens. And so I'm like, all right, do I want to take on this fight? And then sometimes there are things where we get to that point where I'm like, okay, I got to roll up the sleeves.
This is why I will never share my money with a spouse.
Yeah.
I just don't want anybody ever telling me what I can or can't do.
That would be the death of a relationship. I would never ever tell somebody how to spend their money.
Never.
And if you tell me I can't buy, if I can afford it and I want to buy something stupid and I can get that done, you ain't gonna tell me I can't buy that.
Yeah. So I'm getting to the point, and I'll wait and see. I've kind of thought that maybe I'll see what happens with the recreational marijuana in November, and so I don't know.
It's a long time between now and then for a man to not sleep.
It is. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just try to limp to November to see what happens. Because look, if I spend $300 now and then it becomes legalized, you'd be like, well, that's fucking stupid.
Right. I
You see
see.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't do it. You're dealing with this kind of psychology, Virginia. You got to think all this shit through.
Well, bag of yummy gummies over here probably got you under control.
Sounds like you might need a few more than a couple edibles.
I might go down that route.
Figure out some
I might go down that route.
Can you get a Costco-sized bag?
Yeah.
I don't like to see the people I care about suffer if there's no reason to suffer.
Yeah, so it's good. So far, so good, because I just was laying down and, there wasn't even the faintest thought of sleep. I don't know what's going on in my body. I notice more and more it's tough.
Keep in mind, too, though, you're still kind of coming off a jet laggy type of time zone thing.
Yeah.
That may take a week for you to recorrect yourself. When I go to Oregon, it fucks me up so bad, man.
And we didn't, I don't know about you, but I didn't sleep at all on that red eye back. So we
Right.
kind of all missed a whole entire night of sleep.
Oh, he's gonna
Right.
get some red eyes. Don't you worry.
He's going to get red eyes from hitting that ball.
Red eye's going to happen.
We'll get him some red eyes.
Yeah, and so the other reason why I thought maybe looking into the marijuana would be good for stress relief, because now it's in my head and I can't figure out, because we had that flight and I'm trying to sleep in all these different sitting up positions, which is just not good, and I got a pain in my back and I can't tell if it is my, what did that be, liver?
Drinking too
I can't
much.
tell if I drank too much in California. It's my liver that
I think
hurts.
the kidneys are in the back.
Okay, or
Oh, is it-
kidneys or whatever it is. Yeah, so I can't tell if it's that because I drank too much in California or because I slept weird on the plane. So that's in my head. So I'm like, all right, I can't be drinking anymore. I got to give my liver, kidney, whatever it is, a reprieve.
It's always a fun game to play. Failing organ or back issue.
That's kind of where I am. That's the game that I have. What do we have going on right
Come
now?
on back issue.
Yeah, come on back. You come on sleeping crazy on the plane issue.
We're pulling for a muscle pull.
But if you do go hard and you drink quite a bit, what I would call a bender, you go,
Yeah.
oh, did I do some damage to my
Yeah,
kidney?
what did I do to the inside? And GWB said you might be on the brink of kidney stones. That was going through my head last night as well. I'm like, oh, good Lord, please no.
Stop reading comments
I know.
about the health. I love KVJ Nation, but they will fuck your head up about your health.
And
Yeah.
I mean, you drink, what do you drink? You drink water mostly, right?
I do drink a good bit of water. Now, in the morning, I drink an amino acid thing. It's a powder that goes into water, but it's a lot of water based. Look, my goal is to always maintain clear urine.
Yes.
So that to me is this challenge I always have. If it ever gets even the slightest bit yellow, here comes the water. So, yeah, I feel like I do a pretty good job of flushing it out. And
I don't feel
keeping
like
it
you're
at
going
that
to get
level.
kidney stones. I mean, unless it's
Yeah.
genetic. Does your dad or mom had them?
No. Never heard of
Okay.
an experience.
I'm more likely the one to get kidney stones on
Yeah.
the show.
Soda Sal over here. I mean,
Mm.
that's like, I think the problem a lot of times, right?
Well, I just think I think you're a better drinker than I am. I tend to, if I'm drinking, last thing I'm grabbing is water, and I know some nights are better than others, but you know how it goes. You have a couple whiskeys, you pick up a guitar, and water. What?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. So, yeah, so we'll see. So I'm back in the game, trying it out, and like you had said, Jbird, the only thing is the timing is so critical. So I've now got almost a weed timer that goes off. I got my gummy timer where it's like, oh, I got to pop that now, an hour before I need to go to bed. So I start getting groggy an hour later and ready to go pass out, and I got to do it at the right time so I don't wake up too groggy.
Yeah, and you're going about it in a different way than some of us. I mean, some of us pop an edible and then want to put a fucking comedy on, and you're doing it to go to sleep.
Yes. Yeah.
And you're doing light dosage, and you're not getting crazy.
I mean, I had this edible, and I'm doing a quarter of it.
Even the little droplets might be something
Yeah.
that you might want to look into.
Yeah.
They have real doctors that you can talk to about
I've heard
it.
all that. That's where I want to get. So hopefully we go with the recreational in November. I'll just cruise right in there.
I know.
Start trying it out.
I know some people think that, if it's never smoked weed, the doctors come in a hippie outfit, with wearing a tie-dyed bandana. It's not like that.
Yeah.
I just think it'd be really cool for you to be able to go into the store like me and Jbird did in Portland. That was the first time I'd ever been in a dispensary. And you talk to the people and you really get into like the details of the different strains and effects, and this does that and that does this and this tastes like that. Like they can really zone in on making it just so customized for Kev.
I just know when I've gone anywhere to a place that sells the rec stuff and you tell them you're from Florida and that we don't have it down there, and you go,
Yeah.
oh man, it's so nice to go into a store. They're always so excited to kind of talk you into, well, this is this and this, you got to try this. They're very sales friendly
They want to teach you.
in a good way.
How does it go with flying from state to state now?
That's a good question. I don't think you're allowed to fly with it. I don't know, though. I am speaking out of ignorance. If you have, technically it's a prescription for some people. So that's a great question. You're
Yeah.
right, though. If it's not let's say you go into a state where it's not legal, and I think there's some states where it's not legal still.
We're going to take you to Portland and we're going to get a bunch of it like Jbird did when we went. But then we're going to have to put it in your butt to fly back. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, my eyes are too bigger than my stomach.
He bought so much different weed things. He had to throw them away. We should have put them in your butt.
You would have thought I was buying stuff for the roadies, the band crew. I mean, I bought quite a bit because I was so fucking excited.
He bought everything the guy wanted to sell him.
And I realized we're only here for a day and a half.
Yeah, people are saying you cannot fly with it because it's still federally illegal, and they're the ones that are controlling the flight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a federal government regulation.
Wink, wink.
Man, I would
Put it in your butt.
No, man, it would be the most anxiety-ridden flight trying to sneak weed onto a plane for a person like me. And I know people who have done it. They do it. The whole time I'd be like, oh my God, they all know. They all know.
Right.
I think they do like that body scan thing. So a girlfriend of mine was always real paranoid about, you have to put your hands up like this and then it scans you and it can see any kind of, I don't know, anything that's not normal, I guess.
Yes.
It sees. So she was smuggling drugs, but she fashioned them to look like a tampon.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
doinked it right up her vag.
What kind of drugs was it? I mean,
It wasn't weed.
oh my gosh.
It was
good
harder
stuff.
stuff than that. And she made it look like a tampon and doinked it right up there.
Wow.
If it was a weed and her crotch started smoking.
I think you're good as long as there's no drug dogs.
So as you're doing that line of cocaine, do you notice a slight air of...
This smells like poussoir.
and not all poussoir smells the same.
Some people would like that.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. When you're talking about your cocaine, you just don't know where it's from.
I don't know what's going on, Margaret, but your Coke smells like bad clam.
Yeah, why does your Coke smell like bubblegum shrimp?
Yeah.
Shrimp Coke.
I think I might pass on that.
This is kind of turning my stomach.
Yeah.
But that right there, that gives me so much anxiety to think.
Right.
Cut me Coke up your wahoo?
Yeah.
Wow,
People
man.
do it.
That is
They do it
nerve-wracking.
all the time.
People do it. And when we flew back from Jazz Fest in New Orleans, there was drug dogs sniffing everybody. So you know how that TSA line you get in right before you show them your license and your boarding pass?
Yeah.
They had a drug dog right there, and you had to go 2 by 2, and the drug dog sniffed you from top to bottom.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I would just be afraid that the dog would get me just from 3 days before because it was that's what I'm talking about. You think you're being cute. Oh, I got through here, I got through there, and then holy shit, drug
dogs.
Yeah.
You're all good till the dog sits down. When the dog sits down, that's his way of telling the handler, this person's got drugs in their butt.
Yeah, she's got cocaine pussy.
The cocaine tampon.
Mary said those dogs are looking for explosives.
Oh.
That's the ones they have there.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what they're looking for, but they were sniffing everybody up and down.
It wouldn't matter. First of all, just the paranoia of trying to get. I'm only talking about Jason Pennington over here. I would be so paranoid. I would think every time they come by with the cart, they're going, all right, we're going to fucking jump them now. Stop the plane, get them. I just would be so paranoid.
Yeah.
Because I think you get into some major trouble if you try to get
I think you go to-
drugs on a plane.
You go to jail.
Yeah.
I think depending on where you're at, it can really fuck your world up.
Yeah, no, you can. Absolutely. Yeah, it can go south. Angie said if you just take your edibles and put them in your medicine bag, whatever it is that you fly with, that she hasn't had any trouble doing that.
Yeah, and I can see that too because you don't have to smell. I mean, people that would even try to
Yeah.
get weed.
So we shouldn't put them in your butt?
No, why do you want to put everything in your butt?
I mean, just unless you want to.
No, I want to put it in Kevin's butt.
Yeah,
If
put
there
it
was
on
a butt to
the-
put it in, it would be Kevin's.
Yeah,
style.
you do have the
Yeah.
best butt in this whole radio show.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this cluster from
Yeah.
from Miami up to Vero.
That's on the outside.
Seriously, I would put any of these radio butts up against yours.
Male or female, by the way.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's impressive. Let me see. Got some other things that we did not get to here today. Boy, there's a lot of these sick pedo people, man. They're getting busted right and left, and I love seeing it.
Good.
They just got a dentist.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard that story, yeah.
It don't matter what a person does. It's all walks of life when it comes to this sick shit that's going on out there.
Just goes to show you never know. You can't custom any of these people. This dude's a dentist, flies into West Palm Beach, and he thinks that he's meeting a single mother who invited him here to have sex with her 9-year-old daughter that she was prostituting her daughter out.
Oh,
it's a 50-year-old guy.
So twisted.
Jason James Atha. And so they get him at the airport. She's like, "Oh yeah, here I got, my daughter's in the car. Let's go see her and say hello." And there's disturbing stuff that they had. But he walks out and the cops come right up and arrest him, and he's like, "What is going on?" He's like, "How did this even happen?" He didn't realize she was an undercover officer.
Oh, I fucking love it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, he's just confused. He's like, "What's going on?"
Keep doing that undercover work of angels, y'all.
Well, and here's the sad thing about it. That sick fuck believed it was possible because it's probably happened before, and there's stories of that same type of scenario that really happens. And
You're right.
It's very heartbreaking, and that's why he believed it to be real. I'm sure he was like, "Are sure you're not a cop?" But there's situations where they go, "This has happened before. I believe it's a possibility."
And that's why a guy like that with means and money is so dangerous.
If you're sick.
It's not some guy in the bushes. It's a pedophile watching your kids all the time. It's a guy on the internet who knows how to buy and sell humans and destroy lives.
A scary person is somebody that does have money. They're not stupid. They have evil in their heart. They got the means to do it. I mean, you're right. That is
horrifying.
It's a horrifying combination.
They said when they got him, he had child pornography and chocolate-flavored lube on him.
Oh.
And this was a police sting. It sounds
police
like.
sting. Yeah.
That's different.
Undercover.
That's different than the social media ones that you see. Because a lot of times with the social media ones, they may not go to jail, or they'll almost settle it in court at some point. They'll follow up on it. When you get the police doing it and they're there to arrest the son of a bitch, that means they've been working on this and they got the goods on them.
They're trying to get him with enticement of a minor. He's looking at 10 years to life.
Good.
Yeah,
he deserves all of it.
He may not be seeing too much life if he's convicted.
He thought he was going to be hooking up with a 9-year-old. He is a certain level of sick that I don't think you can fix.
They found him because he was trolling for 8 and older.
Ugh.
So he had his principles. He wouldn't do anything below 8.
That's what he says anyway.
Yeah. Unreal.
It is unreal.
And here he was. He's this dentist in Colorado, and they looked at his About Me section on his dental office website, and he talked about how he would travel every summer to North Carolina to perform free dental work for children that otherwise couldn't get it.
Oh, yeah, this is not this guy's first rodeo.
Huh.
No.
I wonder if that's it, because it sounds like because he was, I'm sure, look, a dentist, that's an upstanding person you would think in the community. He probably always did road games. Wouldn't do anything close to his hometown.
You're probably right.
That's why he goes and in the summer spends it abroad.
Travels to rape children.
And again, that's a highly more intelligent person that's not going to get caught, and that's why it's horrifying.
Yeah, but, the big dum-dum, he got easily catfished and what he thought was a single mom.
I love these catfishing cops.
He did now. You just hope it, this is something tells me it's not his first time.
Yeah. The other stories that are crazy is just how many cars and bodies they're finding at the bottom of all of our canals and ponds and lakes and all that stuff. The one canal that was in Plantation where they found the mother-daughter from the 70s had 2 other cars in it.
Dang.
With bodies.
Yeah, these conversations kind of remind me of my childhood dinner talks.
Okay, yeah.
I feel right at home.
You feel right at home. Yeah, I love this. Rhonda said, I was listening to the show and you were talking about this, and I started thinking about a good friend of mine that I met when I first came to Florida. Her brother's van had just been pulled from a canal with his skeletal remains, as well as 4 other teenagers, 4 boys, from 1997. Is when they got it, and they've been missing since 1979.
They were all in the van.
Yeah, like 10 kids, they're all out. 5 of them said, you know what, we're going to get out and hitchhike, and then the other 5 continued on the van and wound up in the water.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
it's crazy.
hitchhiking was actually safer.
Yeah, I know.
When can
right?
you say that?
Never, typically.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if maybe the person driving was that intoxicated. They're like, we're going to take our chances. Just let us out. Because imagine, too, back in 1979, what the Florida Turnpike looked like.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, to get out on that road, I mean, now I'm thinking it's kind of desolate.
It is. And
in many places.
Back in the day, it
Yeah.
was even crazy.
I couldn't even imagine. It probably was just all darkness and crickets.
It was.
I mean, you're out there. That's like gator country.
Even where I live up in Palm Beach Gardens, part of it was like that. I mean, it's really
Yeah.
developed in this area.
Right. So pretty nutty story. So there's a lot of them. But now people who have had those kind of stories where, hey, your loved ones just never came home, it sounds like, all right, they should, and I think that's what they're doing. They're working with this sonar company, and they're giving them some of the details and said, okay, that's what they did when they found a person in Orlando a couple months ago. They had alerted this sonar company, and they said, the last we saw, they were leaving work, and they were supposed to be coming home, and here's the route they would have taken. And sure enough, they found the car
Wow.
in a pond, retention pond.
Keep in mind, too, shit gets rebuilt. Who knows how these certain roads were back in the day? They could have been
yeah.
reconstructed, and now they're safe, and people wouldn't even think about looking in that area because it's not an issue anymore over there.
Right, yeah. Well, this is an interesting little case. It'll be fascinating to see where it goes because it involves Disney, and it sounds like they should be tagged for this wrongful death. Jeffrey Piccolo is trying to sue them. His wife died from an allergic reaction after dining at the Raglan Road Irish Pub in Disney Springs. Now, apparently what has happened was she was highly allergic to dairy and nuts. And she talked to the waiter, and she said, okay, it doesn't have any of this stuff. It's all good. What I have, you understand how big a deal this is? And he's like, nope, you're fine. And she started eating. Sure enough, goes into anaphylactic shock and dies.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Gosh.
And so what's going on now is he wants to sue Disney to try to get $50,000 for damages. Saying
That's
that,
all he wants?
Yeah, he's just looking for $50K because he said that they're...
And they're fighting him?
Yes, yes. He says that they were negligent in training staff about food allergies, and he said the pub's menu has a disclaimer saying that, you know, there's potential allergen cross-contamination, and so, you know, they weren't taking it seriously enough. But Disney is saying, we got you, and we're going to take it to arbitration, which I guess means he'll wind up getting a lot less. I don't know why that's such a big deal. But they say that when you agreed to create your Disney Plus account and purchase park tickets, there was a little disclaimer in there, basically waiving your right to sue us.
Oh, the mouse has
Wow.
got some of the best lawyers on the planet.
What
And
the
all
hell,
he
man?
wants is 50 grand.
Yeah, I mean, so he signs up. Think about that. All of the things you signed up, and you hit that I agree quickly.
Yeah.
I'm sure he did the same thing. And in there somewhere is something that takes away his right to try to get the money he feels he's deserved for his dead wife.
It's the same stuff when you do, you know, you're signing a waiver to go bungee jump or something. If you die or get maimed, you can't sue us.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So I don't know. Heads up. But this case, I think, would be fascinating to watch because would you say that anyone who has signed up for a Disney Plus or bought tickets like he has unknowingly has taken away their right to sue Disney?
I didn't realize that. I've got a Disney Plus.
Or at least downgrade significantly. It sounds like you still could, but...
You have to go to arbitration.
Right, which I assume that means that's a better arena for Disney.
I tell you what, if I was allergic to that kind of shit, I would be so paranoid to eat at a restaurant. I wouldn't trust anybody.
I would make all my own meals.
Yeah.
If it was a matter of me going into anaphylactic shock, there's no way I would leave it up to some teenager in the kitchen.
Well, if you have to say this 3 or 4 times, this is such a big deal. Seriously, I could die. I'm not taking that.
No.
There's
Yeah,
no way I would
don't
ever
want-
do it.
I don't want that on me.
Hell no.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of crazy. Be interesting to see what happens with the details on that.
I couldn't take that kind of pressure. If I was serving at a table and no nuts, no butter, no, I'm like, oh, fuck, I quit. I'm out. I want nothing to do with this order. I can't do it.
I don't think you'd be a great waiter.
I was for 4 days at TGI Fridays and some of the worst work I've ever done in my life.
Just terrible, huh?
Gosh, but if I could go back and be a fly on the wall and just see the disappointment
That'd be
of those
something.
customers.
On the fourth day,
The confusion.
I was serving at a table of people I went to high school with, and they were dicks to me in high school, and they were being dicks to me there. And I went in the kitchen, went out the back, and went, bye.
Never came back.
Oh, I came back a week later to eat.
They're still there waiting.
To eat.
What did they say when you came in to eat?
I don't even think. Honestly, back then, TGI Fridays was so jumping.
Busy.
I went at nighttime, and I usually worked in the daytime. I don't even think these fuckers knew who I was.
Tiana has a comment about your daughter Magnolia's allergy. She said, I developed a severe egg allergy last year and has been so tough. So I feel Magnolia's pain, Virginia. I highly recommend that she get the skin allergy test at an allergist.
Yeah, people are saying that. The skin test is amazing too. And we are going to do that. We're going to do everything. We're going to do the gut test. We're going to do the skin test. We'll do the whatever her doctor wants her to do. Right now, we're just in the early phases of elimination.
Said, yeah, a lot of times the blood work will give some false positives. The skin test is much more accurate.
You'll get the test done.
I just want to get her not puking. And that's where we are now. Like, we're going on, what is it, a week and a half of no vomiting, no stomach cramps, no discomfort, no drama. So
Yeah.
I feel like whatever we're doing right now is working. But
Okay.
yeah, we're not going to stop the testing.
She said when I did the blood test, it showed I had an allergy to hazelnut and sesame, and I have zero issues with either of those foods. And then my allergist, the skin allergist, he said much of his job is undiagnosed allergies that people think they have from doing the blood test.
Huh.
I think that happens too. I think your body changes. I used to love pineapple, and now I'll eat pineapple, and I almost kind of feel like it starts to make me get hives or something. It's
I
weird.
have the same reaction. Pineapple tastes a little bit like fiberglass.
It does taste like fiberglass.
Yeah,
That's what happens to me now.
When I had the food sensitivity test done, because I did the blood one, and it told me I was allergic to pineapple.
And I like pineapple.
I do too. Dude, pina coladas.
Or even when you grill up a pineapple
Yes.
and make it kind of burnt, and you dip it in a sauce.
I love pineapple upside down cake.
Oh, you're getting me so hungry.
Yeah, ready to go, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The bird is wet.
I know how
Okay.
to work his kink when it comes to food.
Yeah. When I say wet my mouth, that's what I meant. Wet.
Christina in Brooklyn's got some advice for Mags' sorority house living years. She said V is completely right having some private time. She said it will get better, but her suggestions are to pick roommates that have boyfriends or mostly online classes because then they'll spend a lot of time back in their hometown or they'll be staying with their boyfriend.
So she picked one of the roommates. So her and the girl that's on the bunk with her. So she's the top bunk. The girl below her is her friend. The other girl, they just kind of got stuck with. And I met the girl. I was kind of like, trying to feel her out. Mags is like, Mom, I don't think she likes me. I'm like, well, just be nice to her. Kill her with kindness. She hasn't done anything weird like her last roommate, Cricket. She hasn't put crickets in anybody's food. She doesn't have a track record of terrorism. But I think this other girl that's the third roommate in their throuple, she may not be in the room that often.
Okay. Yeah, it's not too big a deal. I remember, I think it was my freshman or sophomore year, same thing. I got, it was a buddy of mine from high school, and then we had a third guy that we did not know. He turned out okay.
My freshman year, I would rather have, I don't know, it was tough because I had to share a bathroom. It was me in my own little room, the bathroom, and then you had a suite mate on the other side.
Oh, that's ideal.
It is, unless Jose, your second baseman, loves to drop the grossest, stinkiest dumps on the fucking planet and then take 75-minute showers. Yeah, that's not ideal. It's pretty gross, actually.
Yeah. Our dorms were the whole hall shared a bathroom.
Yeah, that's how Mags is.
Yeah.
Mags is upstairs in the sorority house, and like, I don't know, 30 girls share a bathroom.
That's rough.
That's okay. You're right. I am acting like a little
You're being a
spoiled
bitch.
bitch.
Yeah,
You're
that would have
spoiled
been diva stuff.
bitch.
Yeah.
Wow, you're right.
Yeah.
I am.
At LSU, I was in a fourplex, so it was me and my friend Jennifer on one side of the room, and then a rotating cast of characters that filled the other two beds. Bitches would come in, and then they would leave because we were just so fucking wild. Me and Jennifer were having fun, but it was like 30 girls sharing a bathroom.
Gosh, that would be so tough, man. What some people are a little stage fright. They don't like pooping while people are, doing their makeup and.
I will say this about Magnolia's sorority house because I went into the restroom up there and used the bathroom. So all the little bathrooms, the toilets, have a door and 3 walls.
Okay.
They're all self-contained. There's no gaps in the top or the ceiling or the floor. None of that.
So if you're lighting it up, you probably can't hear it.
And as soon as you go in, you flip the switch, and each little room has a fan, a ventilation system.
They should play loud jazz music.
It's a loud fan. It's a loud ventilation system that probably sucks the poo air right out of there. So whoever designed this bathroom, I'm very impressed with how they did it.
But we want to also mask the sound. I like the idea of playing loud jazz just in that stall.
I don't hate it.
We can mix up the genres, of course.
I don't hate music in the bathroom. I always like that.
One thing that we talked about in the regular show today was they've come out with a new kink test to see exactly where you land on this. It presents you with 71 kinky activities, and you rate each one, and then they'll let you know where you fall on the kink scale. Now, going through 71, sitting here right now, is going to be rough, but if you want to take it yourself, you go to kinktest.co.uk/survey. So you remember kinktest.co.uk.
Yeah, one of the questions was, do you get aroused if someone holds a weapon to your neck?
No.
Virginia can't read this. It'll break her vanilla
A
ass.
weapon? Get the fuck out of here. I think I'm getting assaulted.
Okay.
I think, this guy's going to murder me.
All right, so what you do, it's a 4-point scale. 1, meaning you never want to do it, through 4. Like either you've tried this and really enjoyed it, or you really want to try it. Like for answer 2, like you'd have like not my thing. Okay,
so there's different kind of answers.
1 is like no way. 4 is like, oh, big time, baby.
Oh my gosh, I've got a bone piece.
Spanking your partner with a bare hand, for instance.
Yes.
Is that would never, or okay, birds of 4.
What are you talking?
Birds of 4.
No, that's first of all.
Yeah.
No,
He likes to spank and be spanked.
Everyone's got to be into this.
You naughty monkey.
I didn't. First of all, these are y'all's words.
Handcuffing your partner or tying their hands.
We've seen
Birds of
pictures
4.
and video of him doing that.
Kevin, stop doing my stop doing my test for me.
All right, yeah. Well, you just, yeah. I mean, if I'm really wrong, you jump right in.
Back-to-back 4s.
No.
Okay. Let me see. Oh my goodness.
I know there's some
The
crazy.
mind games.
Kevin is
here.
blushing.
There's actually some sick shit on here, Virginia.
Denying your partner any form of sexual stimulation for a period of time.
I think your wife's been doing that for a few years.
That's a 4. She's a 4 on that.
She's edging
She
you.
gets off on that. That's how she gets.
Well, I saw her act in San Diego, and it was pretty funny to me. And it's psychologically, I know what she's doing.
Yeah.
She comes on to Kevin, but it's only in a scenario that they cannot have sex.
Yes. It's
And she blue balls the fucker.
Yeah.
And then he can't get any.
It's the craziest thing, and it's like adult, and she's like going, see, you say you always want me to touch you, and then when I do, you get upset. I'm like,
No.
This is insane. Like, we were around parents, our kids. Like
the kid was in the bed.
Caitlin was in the bed, and my wife is trying to like grab it. I'm like, would you pull it out? I'm like, what is wrong with it? Well, she was drunk, but
You have your own world record going. The longest edging a man's ever
it's just,
experienced.
she's been in this kick. Yeah, it's just, what are you doing? I'm like, I know what you're doing.
You got to get Caitlin to help you, and then when she starts pulling all these moves and thinks that she's safe because Caitlin is there,
Yeah.
you give Caitlin the secret wink.
Well, she can attest to it because, yeah, this is the kind of gaslighting shit she tries to do. Because then we'll be in public, be like, I come on to him all the time, and he always turns me down. It's like, no.
no.
In front of a group of people.
Yeah, in
So
front of a group
humili-
of people. So she'll do that. Like, oh, it's all Kevin the reason why. No.
Well, that's her kid.
No.
Humiliating you
Yes.
in front of a group of people.
And I'm like,
which is a real kid.
And then
by
you
the
got to
way.
go into it, be like, that's not fair at all. No. Yeah, let me tell you, when she wants to come on, yeah, she like, my daughter's laying in the bed with us and she wants to pull it. Like, does that feel weird to you?
I'm very uneasy with this whole conversation.
Oh yeah.
I'm at a 1.
How do you think I felt?
I'm on a 1. I did a little grading scale.
Jason's penis just crawled inside of him.
Yeah, can we get back to, I don't know, spanking?
My daughter posted up. If you follow her on TikTok, I saw a video she had posted. I finally just rolled over and tried to go to bed to get away from it, and then you can see my wife just continuing to harass me, and they're just laughing and having a good time, and yeah. So that's on her TikTok.
You got to get Caitlin in it so that she dismisses herself from the situation, and then you're alone with the queen,
Well,
and then you can be
yeah.
like, all right, put your money where your mouth
Yeah,
is.
Kevin, you have to come up with a safe word with your daughter so you can have sex with your wife. This is some kinky shit.
Yeah, and we're in the same room. Like, yeah, it's all right.
So many hoops.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
it's-
hoops, and they're
that's
all
a
on
lot.
fire, too.
That's a lot.
These
No,
Ralston hoops.
I don't. Yeah.
They got more hoops than the Olympic
I'm
logo.
I'm not really turned on.
I mean, I hope you at least tug it every now and then. I hope you do, but you probably don't.
But when you are, will you call him?
He puts
Yeah.
it in. He puts it in his organizer. He
got to schedule
He
it.
has prep for his masturbating.
I do block timing.
He can only tug it on the weekends because he doesn't have time during the week.
Yeah.
You have to have the bluest balls. I call you Papa Smurf.
Yeah.
Smurf nuts.
Some of the other things here on the kink test: having sex or masturbating in front of other people at an orgy or as part of a show.
I ain't got the body built for that stuff.
Whoa.
You know what I mean?
Using electricity, such as a toy like a violet wand, or to stimulate your partner.
Like a shock?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be a 1 for. I'm not into the shocking stuff. No.
No.
Acting out a scene in which your partner pretends to rape you.
Oh, no.
That is but that's a more popular kink than that you'd ever believe.
Whoa. I mean, it's pretty nutty. Treating your partner like a pet.
Well, what kind of pet? A fun pet?
What?
You're my gerbil.
Forcing your partner to interact with feces.
Oh.
All right. What
Okay.
are we
That-
doing?
that's-
Oh, come on now.
Maybe you won't score high, Jbird.
I was looking at these questions. I go, I'm pretty
Yeah,
fucking vanilla.
when you start realizing how far you can go into the kink world.
Gosh, I'm so glad I'm not single.
there's some stuff you definitely go, all right, that's a 3, that's a 4, without a doubt.
Handcuffed, being peed on,
Ah.
gagged with a ball gag, needles or pins. Oh,
No.
man,
Now,
what
yeah.
the hell?
It sounds like these people are all so adventurous.
A lot of it has to do with pain. Pain equals pleasure kind of stuff. Being constricted.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Oh, if you keep rating, it's weirder, Kev.
Bird wants a little more.
Yeah, my new kink is having Kevin read kinky things off this list.
Keep going.
He's hard again, Kevin.
Keep going. Some people had some more comments. We're talking about what is your favorite social media site right now. I talked about how I love the Only in Palm Beach, Only in Broward, Only in Miami-Dade. Somebody said, how do I get that? I follow it on Instagram. It's there. I think if you do the Only in, at Only in, like if you put a PALM, it'll come in. I think it's Only in, I think it's Miami. All those kind of local stuff, because there's just so much stuff going on here. And people they get a video and it gets up there on those sites so fast. That's how I get, a lot of the stuff we do on the show is just keep checking those. Python Cowboy, that's another one. They've got a lot of crazy dudes that just go into the Everglades and start, fucking with nature.
Yeah.
It's unreal, man. the balls on these guys.
It's crazy because we're all pretty scared of animals, and we love animals, but to go out into the wild and no, let's explore. We would be fucking nervous to do that. There are some people. They are not scared.
No,
diddly dick. I mean, when we went up camping up, I always forget it was a very rednecky area, and the kids were just tough as shit. 8-year-old driving ATVs, petting gators. Oh fuck, I love this gator.
Yeah, they are
snuggling gators.
Scared of
country folk, man.
Scared of nothing.
Yeah, country folk or something.
Meanwhile, you're scared of a bee.
Me and Bigfoot were trying to tell the little kids. There are gators in there. They're gators.
They don't care.
They're like, yeah, we know, asshole.
We got it.
Yeah, and then Bigfoot.
We come here every weekend.
Because we sound like our old Italian mothers right now.
Yeah. I've seen all that. The guy like Python Cowboy, I don't know if I've seen him specifically, but there's another guy that goes out there. And yeah, he'll like stand right over a gator, just chill, like no fear of these things whatsoever.
What would if you were an outdoors person, like someone that has to survive on the outside, out in the woods or in the swamp? What kind of person would you think is cooler? The one that can pick the berries and all the plants and know what's not poisonous, or you have to go hunt and kill that game and cut it up and
the person that does that, that's
not bake it, fire it up, fire it up.
Your woodsy oven.
Yeah, you're a real hunter over there.
Yeah, sounds like it, doesn't he? Yeah.
Bake it like a cake.
My kink
Guy really knows his way around a Bass Pro Outlet.
One of my other kinks is stupidity. But what would you rather have?
I think it's more impressive the person that can hunt all that fish and make the fires and do all that kind of stuff. And yeah, some people do. I know people, they would go out there and their pride was they would go out there without any food and they would live off the land.
I do think it's cool, though, to be able to size up a berry or a tree or a leaf and go, I can eat that. I can't eat that. Well, let me eat that berry.
That's mildly impressive. That's like what a fucking Cub Scout could do.
You're not impressed by that?
No, going out there and dropping some big game and then skinning it. And I mean, now that's okay.
I wanted
That's
to
a
make
different level.
Rocco be a Cub Scout, a Boy Scout or whatever. He won't do it.
Yeah.
He's too
Really?
much of a pussy. I don't think he'll
Aimed
do
for
it.
Cub Scouts?
He does not want to do it.
I thought Cub Scouts were basically all pussies.
I mean, he's, I guess, worse than them.
Wow.
I mean, you're going to get such a long email from some Cub Scout.
Look, I was a Cub Scout. I was a pussy. Everybody else was my trooper. I mean, we were troop pussies. I think that's the name of our troop.
So are Cub Scouts different than Boy Scouts?
Yeah, I think so. I
They're
don't know if you
littler.
graduate up to them. Yeah.
They're like Brownie or Daisies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was trying to get
all
Rocco to
pussies,
do
though.
it. Rocco won't even do it.
Nerdy kids in glasses. Yeah, we were not impressed.
I've been watching their Surviving Out Off the Land kind of show on Netflix, and I have been trying to learn to start my own fire with sticks and with rocks. I cannot do
It's
it.
hard, yeah, but-
It's so hard.
Yeah,
Just
some
get
people can do it.
matches.
No, it's on my bucket list. I want to be able to start a fire with nature.
Yeah, I used to go out with all the hillbillies I hung out with growing up. Yeah, I would go out with people that could do that. I was in awe, but they would do that kind of stuff. They would just be out there and they'd find the right kind of dry this and make it happen with that. And they legitimately could just walk into the woods and would be great.
That's so badass. That wouldn't turn you on. All of a sudden, you're stuck. Oh shit, man, we ain't gonna have no light tonight. I gotta take some rocks or a fucking leaf and a twig. I don't know. Make shit happen.
It
That
is
ain't
impressive.
sexy.
It is sexy. It's impressive.
I
I don't want to fuck him as hard as you do, though, because you want to
Major kink is coming out.
bang the hunter so bad.
That's one of the kink ones. Do you like to go out into the woods and get fucked in the ass?
I'll get the berries. You
Yeah.
You bring the meat.
Hey, look, I'm bending over for a berry.
I bring the berries. You bring the meats.
You play like the wild boar. Come and ram me, you animal.
Wild boar, I think, is good eats, right?
Yeah, I think
But
it is.
they're legit dangerous, though.
They are.
Yeah, the Razorbacks. Those things they can take you out.
You'll see them here in Florida. You don't want to cross paths. If they got babies around, they'll fuck you up.
There's wild pigs in Tequesta. I saw them the other day.
Jonathan Dickinson State Park. That was the one thing my mom, be careful of the wild boars. I'm like, all right, Mom. Because my dad would take us camping, and never usually went well.
Aw.
Just because every time we go camping, a thunderstorm would hit.
Yeah, I didn't check the weather.
I don't know. It was the olden times, 80s.
Stephanie thinks we should have Python Cowboy on the show.
Oh.
Might be kind of cool. Yeah, I'll look into it a little bit more. So he was already following us. We're following him on Instagram, so I'll keep an eye on it.
Let's bring this thing to the next level.
Reach out to him and see what's up with that.
I want to go out there and see the game.
We'll see if he'll take you because I have no interest.
And I'm at a pretty good physical spot to go out there.
Right?
hunting.
Yeah.
I do want to go out there. Oh, I'm going to heal, and then I'm going to be out there in the wild. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, after your hip replacement, send you out in the Everglades.
So I'll be back in my prime.
As soon as you get your body in shape, let's send you to the Everglades and get all fucked up again.
Absolutely.
Well, a giant snake ate him.
Let a bird.
He's doing great. He's got that fake hip, and then a python ate him.
But I don't die. Guys, get me out of here, please.
All that's left is like a head and shoulders.
I come in. Hey, guys. How's it going? Are we playing Do It Bitch today?
Yeah.
We can't play Do It Bitch with that guy.
No, you got
Not if he's
to.
just a head and shoulders.
No, you have to. That guy.
Every punishment would have to do with an orifice on your face. That's all he has left.
You got to bowl my head down the alley.
And Chris said there's a guy on TikTok that does impressions of Eminem, and he is hysterical. I am DTG, it looks like. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, there's some good ones. Always looking for some good, fun follows to get stuff. So if you got something, let us know. You can follow us, too. Just go and look for the KVJ show. We're pretty much everywhere you'd want to be on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X. We're there. All right, y'all. Have a good day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.